A powerful winter storm set record low temperatures in the northern plains of the U.S., while a heat wave in the southeast set record highs for the month of February, leaving the country with an unusually stark temperature difference of more than 100 degrees. Much of Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas had temperatures below zero Wednesday afternoon, including -9 degrees in Cut Bank, Montana. At the same time, much of the South, from Texas to the Carolinas, had afternoon temperatures above 80 degrees, including a scorching 95 in McAllen, Texas. The extreme cold in the north is just one aspect of the coast-to-coast storm, bringing heavy snow, high winds and ice on Wednesday, putting parts of more than 24 states under winter weather alerts as travel conditions begin to deteriorate in some areas. More than 65 million people across 29 states, from as far west as California to Minnesota through Maine, were under winter weather alerts as of Wednesday morning, including warnings of severe icing, extreme cold and sleet that are likely to make travel dangerous and knock out power to some. But it's more than just snow. An ice storm warning is in place for more than 9 million people across a stretch from Iowa to southern Michigan. Also, significant icing is possible for the Mid-Atlantic by late Wednesday. A severe weather threat and high winds are possible from Oklahoma to Missouri, and flooding is likely from heavy rain in parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. And more than 2 million were under blizzard warnings across parts of Wyoming, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Dakotas. Meanwhile, warm weather prevailed in parts of the South and a few other areas. More than 30 high-temperature records for the calendar day were broken, including Nashville, Tennessee, 80 degrees, Mobile, Alabama, 82, Charleston, West Virginia, 78, and Cincinnati, 72. The Southeast generally saw temperatures in the 70s and 80s, a stark contrast to the frigid conditions further north. Out west, strong winds from the powerful storm tore down power lines and initially knocked out power to more than 140,000 homes and businesses in California on Tuesday, with many of the outages happening in the northern counties of San Mateo, Santa Clara, and Santa Cruz, according to the tracking site PowerOutage.us. As of Wednesday evening, almost 60,000 California outages remained. Power outages also were afflicting parts of the Midwest Wednesday evening as snow and freezing rain hit the region. Almost 500,000 customers were without power in 4 states there, including more than 340,000 in Michigan and more than 115,000 in Illinois, according to the tracking site. California still is bracing for several feet of snow expected in the mountains with a few inches possible in lower elevations, the National Weather Service in Los Angeles said. And in an extremely rare event for that part of the country, blizzard warnings have been issued for the mountains of California's Los Angeles and Ventura counties, taking effect early Friday morning and lasting through Saturday afternoon. This is the first blizzard warning that the Weather Service's Los Angeles office has issued since February 1989, the office said. Nearly the entire population of California will be able to see snow from some vantage point later this week if they look in the right direction, according to Daniel Swain, a climate scientist at the University of California, Los Angeles. The unseasonable weather for the state comes nearly 2 months after rounds of deadly flooding battered many areas. Now is the time to prepare for a cold and dangerous winter storm expected for much of the week, the Weather Service in Los Angeles said. Gusty and potentially damaging winds are also expected. More than 1,600 flights scheduled for Wednesday within, into or out of the U.S. have been canceled, largely in Minneapolis, Denver, Detroit, and Chicago, according to the tracking site FlightAware.